Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Life After Lockup, Season 6, Episode 13.
I need you to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. Blair, you ready to walk us through this?
I'm ready.
Let's go, please.
So we start with Brooke and JK.
Okay.
Brooke took a few pregnancy tests.
I saw like 6 of them.
She has 4 positives, 2 negatives. She's at her mom's house with her kids now since JK kicked her out his mom's house. Mm-hmm. And when they're talking about whether or not she's heard from JK, she hasn't. The boys haven't, but the boys think that he's at his ex's house. And that tells me Brooke do too much talking. Mom is upset that JK isn't keeping his promises to the boys. And then this is where Brooke reveals that she could be pregnant. And also she tells her mom she doesn't have a job. So Brooke wants to be able to just come and talk to her mom, and her mom is telling her, look, I'm going to tell you when you've messed up, and at this point you need to go take a blood test to figure out if you're actually pregnant before you go talk to JK. And Brooke says no, she's going to go talk to JK now.
This is my problem, right? I feel like, and we have a lot of senior people who watch our show, a lot of people who are older than us that watch the show, that have kids who are grown and things of that nature. I'm going to actually relate to y'all for a minute, right? I think strict parents get a bad rap, right? Because she wants a friend in a mother right now. But how can I be friends with someone who don't listen to me?
And I have to pick up everywhere that they lack.
That's not you're not being a good friend to me. So whole time she's over here, the mother's over here. For one, let's go back to last season and things of that nature on Love After Lockup, to where the mother's like, listen here, I don't want to be raising your kids. I raised you already. So whole time Brooke drops off the kids. Whole time she was living with JK and not even really being with her kids, right?
Exactly.
She lose her job, so that's a lack of responsibility and accountability, right? Whole time she's having unprotected sex where JK mother was providing condoms for them.
Yeah.
So they are choosing to basically have this type of burden on their back. And then when you get called out to where, hey, you know what? How about you go to the doctor and get a blood test, something that's factual to confirm your pregnancy? You still not gonna listen to me? And then you go get in the confessional talking about, I wish my mother could be there for me. You know what I mean? Like she always telling me, like, no. This is why I side with strict parents and things like that. Because when you're not strict, they take advantage of you. They don't listen to you and things of that nature. And then now you find yourself in a situation to where not only do I got to take care of these kids, if I keep following the pattern, I'm going to have to take care of those kids. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, no, Brooke is inconsiderate and selfish.
So Brooke tells JK about the pregnancy test, and they both at this point don't feel like they can trust each other, but they're going to try to figure it out. He doesn't know what to do, so he calls his mom and his stepdad in to tell them the news. Stepdad get the hollering.
Oh yeah, he got the hollering immediately.
He says, your mom bought condoms, you don't listen, I told you couldn't afford it, and don't come to us for money. I like that last part. Don't come to us. Don't ask me for nothing. Don't ask me for nothing. Mom said, y'all gonna have to figure this one out.
What is your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, Brooke and JK, they're doing exactly what they want. They want to live young, wild, and free like they're teenagers, even though they're grown adults. She got 2 kids. They could possibly have another one on the way. None of them, well, he is living with his parents. She has a place, but her roommate can't make rent and she ain't got no job, so she might not have a place for long. So this is really ghetto. This is very, very ghetto. And I really think that when it comes to them, I feel no ways about it. Like, this is what y'all are choosing to do. Y'all want to live in chaos, and that's why I'm like, with the stepdad hollering, don't ask me for nothing.
Don't ask me for nothing. Also, remember before she was actually pregnant, allegedly, they was talking about how much they want kids. Yeah. You know what? Like, I already got a house. Mm-hmm. That all JK kept saying. Now that you found out that she's really pregnant and things of that nature, now all of a sudden you're scared. Now all of a sudden you want to talk to your stepfather and your mother and things of that nature. If I was them, I'd kick him out the house.
He got the ankle monitor on. I guess he going to jail?
He have to leave my house. Okay. Like, whole time you was here to basically get a jump start on your life. Right. So you took advantage of that, and now you have to deal with the reality of your situation.
Mm-hmm. So we get to Bianca and Daniel. Daniel's PO calls Bianca. He went to court for the Walmart thefts, and she gets word that he's not coming back to town, and she automatically wants to cut the cameras.
Yeah.
But they end up following her home. Daniel ends up calling her and tells her that court went well. He just has to do a few community service hours, pay a fine, and he'll be back tomorrow. He's just going to spend the night in the hotel. The PO apparently told her that she doesn't think it's safe for him to be living with Bianca, and she might pull him out of this living situation. He tells her that he's not going to dip out on her and not to worry about it. But she's upset that he was telling the parole officer their business, and now she's wondering if he went to get drugs, if he's staying in a hotel so he can just, hang out and do whatever he wants.
He said while he was on the side of the road giving his little confessional diary thing that he don't want to go home.
Right.
He don't want to be around Bianca. So don't be a coward. Don't stay an extra day or two because you don't want to be around the girl that like break up with her. Like, I really don't understand. Blair said it last episode that, you know what, Daniel can't really say nothing to Bianca because she's not a soft landing spot for anything. So there's nothing that he can share. He can't share that he relapsed. He can't share that he got caught. So you can't even share your life with her.
No, absolutely not.
So if you can't share your life with someone that's supposed to be your lady, why are you with them? Whole time you staying an extra day out, taking your time driving and things of that nature, staying in hotels. If you're scared to go home, then you need to break up, and you need to break up your current situation, and y'all need to go y'all separate ways.
So he ends up getting a call from his friends on his way back home, and he ends up meeting them up at the bar, and he knows that this probably isn't the best place for him to be, but he's overwhelmed with her codependency, and he wants some freedom. And this is the danger. And why he should have lived with his parents in order to get a fresh start, or even live by himself if he was able to. I don't think he really had the funds to, and I really think that's why this situation with Bianca is lasting as long as it is, because he had to get on his feet and get some money. At this point, I think he's starting to realize with the freedom, and she's starting to realize with his freedom, that he has options now. And I think that he should take advantage of his options because he's stressed out. And I'll give it to the fact that Bianca is a person who will stress you out. But life is also stressful. So if you can choose one stress to eliminate and just deal with the stress of life and trying to get on your feet, that's enough stress for one person, especially somebody who's trying to stay sober. So
I agree.
Yeah. So we move on to Justine and Michael.
Oh my favorite couple.
So she leaves a business meeting. She is not trying to postpone this wedding. He says that with the business, he could give her $1 million wedding. And she tells him that's not even true.
Stop lying.
She always backs everything that he wants to do, and he only wants to postpone things that have to do with her. She is not ready to be married until he's willing to do his part first. And he tells her that she needs to hash out her issues with her family first. And then she calls him a mama's boy.
I got a question, Blair, especially pertaining to what you said last episode. Do you agree with Justine here? Justine said, I can postpone this wedding for the kids. I can postpone this wedding for the college. I can postpone this wedding for something, But for your business opportunities, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to back burner.
I'm 100% behind Justine.
Wow.
And this is why. Number one, I think that they should put that money into the college fund, since they're going to be having 4 kids going to college, and just do something cute at the house in the backyard and call it, a wedding situation or celebration. That's how I think they should do it. But if they both agree that they want to have a wedding and they want to do it big, then I think that Michael needs to hold to his agreement. I think that this business venture can wait. I know people can say a wedding can wait as well, but I think the fact that, everyone is in good health, able to be there, this is a peaceful time for them to be able to bring everybody together, then they should be able to go ahead and do it. I don't think it's fair. Like, even she was talking about how she contributes and all these different types of stuff, and she has no say as far as what happens to the money. That's not fair. Like, if we made this agreement and we agree that it matters for us to have this ceremony for ourselves and our kids and this for our memories, then it's important. And I don't think that the business venture is more important than this wedding. I just don't.
Well, we can't do it.
Wait,
go ahead.
And I also want to add, we also don't know if the business venture is going to be successful.
That's true.
Like you just don't know how it's actually going to turn out, and then it could push the wedding 5-10 years back. Just do the wedding, get your pictures, have your fun, and then work on the business venture after.
Well, we can't do both. I think that's what people are not understanding. If we do the wedding, I won't have the capital to do the business idea. That's why I'm like, when it comes down, for one, the fact that the wedding is even an option is crazy to me. And that's what's wild to me, because I'm just like, to me, the wedding, for their current situation, for them specifically, the wedding is just a distraction from the responsibilities that they have to do, right? That doesn't mean that they should turn their focus to another business opportunity that can cause them to lose all their money. But the fact that y'all should be investing in some index funds and things of that nature, something that you can make definite interest on and things of that nature. But to have a wedding, it just shows, at least to me, that, hey, like Blair just explained it, let's have our fun. Let's just take our pictures, have our fun. Y'all not in fun mode right now. Y'all in grind mode. You about to have a kid to go to college next year, and then potentially every year or 2 years after that, you're having a kid go to college. This is not the time to have fun. This is the time to actually come up with a plan on how we're going to support these kids to where we're not really in a house that we can't afford. You get what I'm saying? So I really don't understand what's going on with them. I don't agree with how they argue and how they go at each other. I don't agree with name calling and things of that nature. I don't understand why she knocked over the construction thing. That thing ain't do nothing to you. You know what I mean? And it's just weird. It's just weird that these are your options of like a wedding or like a business thing. I'm like, why don't y'all just actually be happy that y'all can even save money and put it towards something that's actually constructive? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and do a wedding that y'all can afford. Clearly, if y'all do the wedding, it's going to constrict y'all in different ways.
Yeah.
Like, do something that's more affordable. So they get to the next day. Apparently, Michael didn't sleep in the room with her, and his mom says that they need counseling. They still can't see eye to eye, and she doesn't like the fact that he threw her family issues in her face.
Okay.
He said that if he would have came upstairs, he probably would have tried to kiss her and touch her, and she was like, yeah, but when I would have brought up the issues, you would have turned your back to me and not wanted to continue the conversation. And she says, it's good you stayed down here. Notice I didn't come down for you.
That's true. I will say this though, we saw the flashback, Justine, of your mother talking to you, and your mother was telling you what was going to happen and what was going to be your future before this had to be. You over here talking about you have all these kids. This is before you had more kids,
right?
You get what I'm saying? And basically you are burying yourself alive. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, a lot of these decisions are not, we are looking at some of these things as, oh my goodness, how did this happen? But a lot of what we see from these couples, this is the harvest of the seeds that they sowed early on. Now, like the hardship that y'all have, this is because of the seeds y'all planted while y'all was living in Philly and things of that nature, while y'all was doing whatever y'all was doing. So that's why I'm like, I don't really feel bad for them, because I'm like, y'all wanted this. This was y'all destiny.
So we get to Courtney and Will.
Yeah.
She is at the new halfway house. She's constantly been fighting with Will. She takes her laundry to her friend Mark's house, and she calls Will. He asks why he hasn't heard from her in a few days, and she says she's been working, relying on other people, and he tells her, look, I can't drop everything every time that you end up back in jail.
That's fair.
And she tells him if he's not going to support her, then he can go a few days without hearing from her. Will says that if you want to behave like a single person, then you can just be single. You also have this Mark guy around. Courtney has to rely on Mark because she doesn't have any money. She did get a job at an auto shop, even though she has a grand theft auto charge. But she hasn't gotten her first paycheck yet. He promised her an $1,000 allowance, but she's only gotten $300 from him. Will said that he spent over $15,000 on her, and he ended up coming to the realization that he's not going to give an allowance to someone that doesn't communicate with him. So Courtney calls Mark her friend. Will calls him her sugar daddy. Mark is piping up in the background while she's trying to have this conversation with Will. And she's talking about how adjusting to life out of prison is difficult, and she would expect him to understand what he's signing up for, looking for a girlfriend in prison. And he said that he actually hasn't signed up for this anymore. You're not my wife. You're not a wife. We're breaking up. Now Mark is telling her how much of a woman she is. Will isn't the one for her, and apparently they've had some couple hot moments.
Ooh. When you say hot moments, are we talking sex?
I think that's what they were alluding to.
I'll say this though. Will, you are responsible for your wife. Period. For one, you can have this fetish or whatever you want to do, where you want to talk to people behind the wall and things of that nature, and think that just comes with no type of struggles, that comes with no type of burden, with no type of, like it just stupid of Will to actually be the one trying to talk to Courtney, who is actually the one that's been in prison, who actually shown herself to be basically a career criminal, basically the one that basically have never shown herself to be responsible, but yet you expect some type of accountability, responsibility for her to show up as a good person or a good wife or a good girlfriend, whatever you want to call her, to you, that's you making a bad decision. See, the problem with you, Will, is that you was just like Mark. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's
you were a Mark.
You were a Mark. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Literally a double entendre right there, right? We rapping.
Right.
So whole time while you mad at Mark because, there's some guy over there supporting her when it comes down to, money and making sure she good, that's what you was doing. And then whole time you worried about if they having sex. Whole time I saw you setting up that hotel room with ropes, chains, and things of that nature. So my whole thing is, Will, if you don't want to actually take on your responsibility as a husband, then I agree, break up with her and things like that. But don't put it on her as if she haven't shown herself to be consistent this whole time.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, you married her right after she got out of jail. She had no chance to prove herself to be anything other than what she was. So I am on Courtney's side of what did you expect, and send me my money.
because you promised me.
Because you promised me the money.
Where's my money?
So, Will, go to Portland, get your girl her money, pick her up from Mark's house, and drop her back off when you leave. I don't know what to tell you other than divorce the lady, but you did sign up for this. You did sign up for this. So we get to Leticia and Keith's house. We learned that Keith has 3 biological kids. There was an alleged neglect case brought on for his son Mari, and he was taken by, they call it DCFS. I'm thinking it's probably like CPS or something like that. And the mom also has a court case coming up. So his dad is currently the one who has custody of Mari, but they're meeting up with an attorney to try to see how Leticia and Keith can get custody of his son. So essentially, she couldn't get custody of the son because she married him while he was incarcerated, and she hadn't really built a married life with Keith outside of jail in order to take Mari on as a stepchild. And essentially what the attorney is saying that, look, I get that the mother may not be fit, but Keith hasn't showed himself to be fit either. He was away from his child, whether it was for whatever it was. In this case, it was incarceration. And so, no, the courts would not judge him to be a fit father if he doesn't show some type of stability. And they're not going to look at him as a stable person when he is living in a halfway house.
That's fair.
And apparently, Leticia talks about her case that she has coming up, and that could also be something that could pose an issue for them.
Let's keep going.
So Leticia and her youngest daughter are making Keith a cake, and we learned that he's going to be home the next day. The oldest daughter is at work, and the youngest daughter apparently thought Keith was her biological dad.
Stop right there. This was the main point of the episode for me right here. Right. I don't think it's out of my range to call people bad parents. And things of that nature. So I feel fair.
It's your channel.
I have the right to call Leticia, is her name? I think this is terrible parenting, right? Because the only reason, in my opinion, that she had to ask for clarification, I wonder what she was thinking this whole time before then.
Her mother never told her.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. You let her think this. And for you to basically correct her in such a, not blatant, but such a, as if it don't matter, I think you don't even understand the damage or potential damage that you possibly did to this little girl, right? The oldest daughter got sent. She said, I don't want no parts of this. She's old enough to realize, you know what? That's your man. That's your man.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the youngest daughter's over here, and she said it in the confessional, Leticia, that she can't wait to be a daddy's girl. But whole time she's thinking that that's her daddy. This is what I mean when I'm you're putting yourself in these situations. It's all fun when you get these limos. It's all fun when you wearing a robe and a trench coat and things of that nature to where you got nothing but lingerie underneath. But at the end of the day, you gotta go home and parent these kids. And now, if you're out or if you're not out and things of that nature with a case you got going on, now we need to know what's going on with the kids today.
Right.
Are they in a good position? Because there's no stability on any parts, the stepfather or the mother, when it comes to this child. I thought it was very weird and just kind of off-putting the way that, you know what, no, he's not your real father, but he's your stepfather. And I'm just it just felt like that's not a big deal. You get what I'm saying? As if you was basically sharing these lies, and now that it's on camera, you got to actually tell the truth. And now we don't know what damage that gonna do to that little girl.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of how that was handled either, because the little girl actually looked shocked to learn that. And Leticia was saying like, oh, she just started calling him dad, and her dad was never really in her life, so it's just something that clicked. And it's just like,
you let her do
like
that.
No, you allowed her to think that this man was her father, her biological father. And the thing is, if she hadn't seen that man her whole life, and you over here talking about daddy's coming home, what else is she supposed to think?
Exactly.
Like, what else is she supposed to think? But I'm sure that older sister probably, I don't know, maybe she was trying to tell her sister what was up, maybe not, I don't really know.
Sometimes you just can't tell them because you don't want to crush the spirit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But the oldest daughter, I'm with her, she's like, I don't want nothing to do with any of this. He ain't nothing to me.
Facts. So it's the next day. Tisha picks Keith up from the halfway house, and they go out to eat with his family. He has a moment with his stepmom, pretty much telling him that she wants him to be a good role model for the younger people in the family. Keith's family, the men in their family, have been incarcerated, and he really wants to make sure that he doesn't get himself back into that situation. And right now his priority is getting custody of his son.
All right, let's keep going.
That's all we got.
Oh, you don't have Troy in here?
Oh, dang, I forgot about them.
I'm about to say, that's not it. Keep scrolling, okay?
Yeah. So we got Zaria and Troy back. They are decorating the house with her son for Christmas. We learned that he started a floor waxing business, and he also re-proposed to her. They are renting out a lake house now, which is plenty of space for the kids and as well as his daughter when she comes to visit. And Z's family loves him, but Mama Karen is not feeling Z at the moment.
That's fair. His
mom tries to call him and tell him something that might get Z upset, but he just hangs up the phone and is just like, Mom, I ain't trying to hear this. Then we learned that his sister calls and says that his brother Vaughn is basically spiraling out of control, and he needs to get up here to tend to his brother. Troy is trying to figure out what's me going up there going to do like differently. And the sister is saying, look, it's been all on me. You've been in jail for 7 years. You need to come up here and be part of this family.
That's fair.
Now, Troy tried to call his brother. His brother didn't answer. So he tells Z that, look, I got my bags packed. I got to go to Buffalo for a couple of days. He's going to see his brother. And of course, while he's up there, he's going to see his daughter. And now Z is trying to make it a family trip because, well, if you're going to see her, then I want to see Yana and make sure that we don't have any issues and we can move forward on a good path.
No.
And he's like, at this moment, I just need you to be supportive because my brother's not in a good spot right now and I need to see about him. Now, Z is more so upset the fact that he didn't communicate with her what was going on, because last night when he got the phone call, he was not really acting like everything was fine, but he didn't tell her like what really the issue was and what he might have to do. So he pretty much just walks out the house and says, I'll be back when I get back. And she also has a secret that she hasn't told him.
Of course. Troy, run. Now, Troy, I remember last season or 2 years ago where you was on FaceTime, Facebook Live or like whatever you was doing on there, crashing out, you know what I mean, talk about how much of a gangster you are. I understand that, right? But at the end of the day, you need to run from your wife and you need to run from your mama, right? At this moment, do I think that him going to talk to his little brother is going to change something? Maybe. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, his little brother's grown. You get what I'm saying? Like, even if he's like 18 or 19, that's a legal age. And there's only so much I can do. I can't keep coming up to Buffalo or like wherever you are to basically be hall monitor. You get what I'm saying? If he can't look at my life and make changes to his life knowing that I was going away, there's nothing that I can say.
Yeah,
I don't need to say anything. I did the time. Like so. But when it comes down to Z trying to make it seem like she want to make nice with Yana, no, that was her way of just trying to come up there because she knew that while he's up there, he's going to see the daughter.
Yeah.
So she's basically like, oh, wow, you up there? Let's go up there and make it no. You know you don't like her and things of that nature. And she don't like you. And she don't want to see you. So I think, Troy, you are in for a world of hurt. A world to where, guess what? And truth be told, I don't even know if I feel bad for you because the sister did say something that I cannot relate to. She said, while you was gone, I had to take care of all this.
Yeah. Hey,
you need to inconvenience yourself and go up there and take care of our family as well, because I was doing that while you was gone.
Facts. This is just such a hard place because he was also talking about how they had lost a lot of family members who had passed away recently. So I respect the fact that he knows that his brother is in a rough way right now. And sometimes things are a matter of time. And if I had the time and the opportunity to get to you, to try to hold a conversation with you and just try to grab your ear and maybe stop you before you do something crazy, like, yes, I think that Troy should definitely drop himself in and make sure that he is a presence felt and seen in the family if he can. And since he's here, he's out of prison, he has the ability to do so. I think that's great. But I agree, I'm not dropping what I'm doing every single time because of a crisis going on in the family, because I have my own family to tend to. So it's just a very fine balance. I wish his brother would have picked up the phone. They could have had the conversation over the phone, so that way he wouldn't have to leave Z, during this holiday season, because I think it is unfair for him to have to run behind his family when she's over here trying to create a nice atmosphere for them, for the season. So it's just a really tough way and a tough spot to be in, but I think he did the right thing. I wish she was a little more supportive, but I get her frustrations.
Z don't know how to be supportive.
Yeah.
Remember when he was going to pick up his daughter from the train station?
She made it so difficult no reason.
To where she's like, you're not going to get them. So it's like she's not going to be supportive of anything, any responsibilities that he have to do. Yeah. To her, she's like, I've been with you while you was in prison. So basically, I own you. You are mine. You can't go nowhere or basically have no responsibilities unless they have to do with this house. Anything else?
That's it.
I need you to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. We see you.
Bye.